Okay, so now that we've pretty much got to the end of the dungeon, the only thing left we have to do is face the boss, who is just through this door.
Let's hope he's in.
I do quite like what's about to happen. It's quite awesome.
I heard a lot of hullabaloo outside. I suppose you're the ones responsible.
So, you're the big boss, right?
That's captain of you, landlubber.
Whatever. There's no one else left. Surrender and we won't harm you.
You got spirit for a wee lad. You're too late, you see.
That's supposed to happen.
I don't think so. But yes, here we have a Maruk. So if you're wondering what Yurick had, it was as big as one of these. Now, the Maruk itself, it's an interesting fight. It can hit very, very hard. And it will do this thing where it will spin and attack you. If you have a barrier up, then you can protect yourself. But if you don't, then you can be hurt very, very badly. It does also have an attack that is very, very painful. But pretty much if you get up onto its back at this point, well, climb up onto it and attack it, and then you get to cause massive damage, which is so helpful. Yeah, then it can do that. That's why you need to be careful, because you don't want that to happen. Thankfully, he's pretty much already dead, so you don't have to worry about him on that front. Also, that's what happens when he freezes you. Well, when he does his spinny move. Yeah, so that's not quite as damaging, but because it paralyzes you, it means he can come in for the actual attack, which is the thing you want to watch out for. Either way, quite a nice fight, to be honest.
Zael and the others commandeered the Gurak ship as planned. The cries of pain became cries of joy as the humans on board celebrated their freedom, and a new dawn approached.
And so, we begin the next chapter. Pretty much, well, yeah, very short chapter is the Mercenaries Warship. There's not really a whole lot to do.
Well, I guess now we can finally get back to Lazulis.
I expect Syrenne and Lowell are so worried about us.
Actually, I was thinking of trying to pursue the rest of the Gurak fleet.
What?
I'm not out to kill them all or pick a fight. But if we could just find their base of operations, that'd really impress the Count.
Well, at least we'll surprise them. But seriously, I have to say, it's one ship against a fleet.
No, Dagran's right. We can't miss this chance.
Excuse me. Would you mind if I accompanied you?
Huh?
I want to help. Please. I promise I won't do anything stupid.
Dagran, I think we should let her come.
Absolutely. It would be too cruel to force the two of them to say goodbye after all this.
That's not what I meant.
It's fine by me. Syrenne and Lowell aren't here, so we need all the help we can get.
All right, Zael. As long as you swear to keep her safe.
Then I can. Thank you so much.
It's our pleasure, Lisa.
So now we get to have a little look around the ship without getting murdered by anything.
If you do, just bring them to me.
So this guy is an appraiser. At this point you will have had a few question mark swords. So you're going to want to have them appraised, find out what they are. Some of them kind of could be useful, but frequently it's going to be blunt, blah swords, and they're generally more, I think, just sell them for money. But I'm not an expert in how that works. Either way, as you can see, sometimes the weapons you can get are actually quite good. I mean, this Undead Edge is going to be quite helpful, because it's that bit more powerful. Unfortunately, you don't seem to get that many magic weapons early on in the game. So if you kind of just keep upgrading the daggers, then you're going to have a very, very good weapon for quite a long period. Also, obviously, you can talk to everybody as you find them. There's all manners of shops and so on and so forth. It's very good, really.
I can make you all kinds of...
So, here we have a dye shop. Essentially, when you get a certain amount of items, you can exchange them for dye, which you can use to change the clothes.
If you ever need my skills again, just come back anytime.
Now, depending on how much you want to do this, depends on kind of whether you want your very own personalised characters or not. It's something that I will be doing. But oh well. Also, this is the invisibility dye. That's what it does. You can basically make the characters go around half naked. Well, almost naked. So... yeah, it's a slightly perverse thing to be able to do, but there are obviously fanboys and fangirls who would squeal to see all of these characters completely naked, so it's nice that they put the option there for those weird people. Now, basically, at this point, the colour of Zael's armour was getting on my nerves a bit, because it's a bit too light for my liking. So I'm just kind of making it a bit darker, so that it's not as blinding. But at a later point in the game, I will kind of make a fully customised team, so that it will be my team rather than what you can expect from everything else. Now, pretty much at this point, you've just got to talk to people, and you will eventually be able to choose whether you go to chapter 13 or chapter 14 first. You can go in either order. I don't think that you'll be especially forced to pick one over the other, but you are going to want to do them probably in numerical order just because it makes more sense, but either way.
Aren't you cold?
No. I'm fine. Thank you. I'm sorry for causing you trouble back there.
I guess this means you really don't want to go back to the castle.
I suppose. I'd be lying if I said I don't feel that way, at least a little. But it's more than that.
What do you mean?
Just being with you, Zael. It makes me feel like I'm really alive. I'm going to stay out here a little longer. The breeze feels so good.
Just don't stay out here too long, okay? You'll catch a cold.
I won't. Thank you, Zael.
I have to say, I really do love the relationship between Zael and Callista. It's just very kind of beautiful, very sweet. It's very cliched. But I'm a sucker for a good love story. Either way, to be able to continue, we need to go and speak to Dagran, I believe. Also, still can't get through this door, so don't worry about that. And if you want the merchant and the upgrade shop, just come to these guys and they'll sort you out. Now, as you are upgrading things, there will be certain weapons that you will see need items to be able to upgrade further. Now, at this point, kind of, you aren't going to have that many, and there are certain ones that are quite rare throughout the game, and getting them is difficult. But if you do get them, then you can make some really powerful weapons that will serve you very, very well.
I was on my way to make a nice... Now I've got...
But I really don't find merchants that helpful in this game. Like, seriously, they are borderline pointless. Because you find so many things in dungeons. It's not really something that I kind of had a especially large problem with. Kind of when I first played the game or when I was playing it now. But yeah.
The rest of the Gurak fleet. But then
It's no good! There's water leaking into the ship! We can't go any faster than this!
Bloody
Can you
typical.
see any islands nearby? We need to drop anchor.
And there we go. That was easy.
That one looks like it could do.
Where? Ah, well done, Zael. That'll do us nicely. Helmsman!
so the group dropped anchor in a beautiful cove.
Now this is also a really stupidly short chapter. So, okay, I got the numbers wrong. It's you get to choose between chapter 14 and chapter 15. But the choice is still the same. And I do believe you have to do both to be able to continue. Although that doesn't mean that there aren't a variety of optional dungeons to do.
Do you have a moment?
What is it?
Yurick and Mirania both asked me if they could go ashore, onto the island.
Really?
Yeah, I told them that it's too dangerous to go wandering around in an unexplored area, no matter what their reasons might be. But they both seemed awfully troubled about something. I think there might be more to it. Could you go and find out what's got them so worked up? I'll let you decide whether to let them go or not.
So, basically, your option of dungeon is, do you speak to Mirania, go with her first, or do you go to Yurick and speak to him first?
Do come again.
So, for the sake of going in chronological order, we're going to go see Yurick first. But you do have the option, whatever you go for. So, let's get into another dungeon. Oh yeah!